Returned a gift for my boyfriend. I returned the gift I bought for my boyfriend's birthday after he insulted me over my wild past. It happened last night, but my phone is still blowing up. I am 26, and my boyfriend, Mike, is 27. I used my savings to buy Mike a PS5 for his birthday, which was yesterday. He knew he was getting a PS5 because he had said it was the only thing he wanted. We've been together for 4 years, so the price didn't matter. Until I found out what he actually thinks of me. A bit of backstory: when I was 18, I had a relationship with Jake, whom I met online. We broke up after 3 months, and shortly after, I started dating Adam, a guy from work. A couple of months later, I found out that Jake and Adam were actually very close friends. But I hadn't known Jake for long and hadn't met his circle of friends, so I had no idea. After finding out, I took a break from the relationship with Jake, and 2 years later, I met my current boyfriend, Mike. I was immediately honest with Mike about my past and the fact that I had unintentionally been in relationships with 2 friends. He said he understood and that my past didn't bother him. Yesterday, I arrived with the PS5 at his birthday party, and he and his friends were screaming with delight. His best friend, Jessica, laughed and said, "I wish I were a Wii, then I could afford a PS5 too." I looked at her with a "what" expression on my face, and she just said never mind and walked away. I told my boyfriend about it, and he replied, and I quote, "She's just joking around, can't you take a joke?" Then I pushed further and asked why the hell this girl was calling me names, and he replied, "Well, everyone knows you were a SLT before me." I asked him to explain how I was a SLT before him, and he said, "Well, you know, hooking up with best friends." Then he patted me on the shoulder and said it was fine because I'm not who I used to be anymore, and if he could get past my wild past and SLT mentality to give me a chance, then I could get past Jessica's comments and give her another chance. I said nothing. I just stood up, took the PS5 from the gift table, and left. He was furious. He literally called me 20 times, but I didn't care. I was so hurt that I took off the bow and immediately returned the console to the store where I bought it. They gave me a refund with no problem. I thought that would be the end of it, but Mike and his friends, including Jessica, started dragging me through the mud, accusing me of being petty and saying I deserved such treatment because of my bad decisions. I replied to Mike that he deserves someone better than me, so he should find someone who wasn't a SL*T and ask her for a PS5, because I already returned my gift to the store. He started screaming that I am the biggest jerk for returning the gift and that I should be happy he closed his eyes to my wild past. Now I'm thinking maybe I really did go too far by returning the console. Comments: I bet he's cheating on you with Jessica, or she's just a jealous best friend who wants to be with him. But they are clearly close enough for her to feel comfortable insulting his girlfriend, so you're likely right. If they aren't sleeping together yet, Jessica at least wants to. Let her have that idiot. There is nothing wild about your past at all. My God, you dated 2 guys who turned out to be friends. What a nightmare. Spend that money on something nice for yourself. Update: first of all, thank you everyone for the support. I really appreciate it and am trying to reply to everyone if possible. It turns out you were right, but first things first. This morning I unblocked Mike and called him to talk. After several hours of arguing, I finally dragged the truth out of him. He said that when I told him about my past, he didn't mind. It was before him, after all. Then he got curious about who Jake and Adam were. So he started digging through my Facebook friend list. He didn't find Jake, but he found Adam. And he immediately started judging me for still being friends with an ex. I replied that I don't talk to most people on Facebook, but I won't delete them either. Let them stay as friends. He claimed it was a red flag for him, kept digging, and found what he was looking for. He found out that Adam is very popular with women, with lots of likes and comments under his posts. And from the cars and travels Adam posted before, Mike concluded he must be wealthy. He also admitted he knows some of the women who left comments on Adam's page. Then he tried to view Adam's friend list, but it was hidden. So he asked Jessica to track Adam's likes, comments, and posts in search of Jake. And they found him. They saw that Jake also drives an expensive car and concluded that I only date guys with money. Note: Mike himself has no money, So his whole analysis is just laughable. Anyway, I asked why he didn't just talk to me. And he admitted that for a while he thought I was only interested in Jake and Adam for money, because all women are like that. Then he said he and Jessica discussed this situation with his friends, and everyone agreed on one version. I date Jake, he introduces me to Adam, I find out Adam has more money, I dump Jake, sleep with Adam, and start dating him. I asked why then would I dump Adam if I was with him for money? To which he said he thought that was a lie and it was Adam who dumped me. Ouch, that hurts. Then he said he thought about breaking up with me for months because of this, but as he got to know me better, he gradually realized I wasn't like that. I told him he was a scumbag for blackening my name in front of his friends and asked why he didn't stand up for me. He replied that whenever he brought me up, they all dismissed it, calling me a gold digger, a bimbo, a woman who sleeps with men for money. And here's the kicker, they thought I probably still have some money from my exes stashed away. They concluded that I must be dating Mike for some hidden agenda, but he was too ashamed to stand up for me. He also said he felt awkward every time I mentioned a male friend or tagged any guy on social media because everyone would tease him afterward. I remember him asking me not to like photos of other men or tag guys, but I thought it was just because it made him uncomfortable. Not because his friends were secretly stalking me. After hearing all this, I decided to break up with Mike. I told him he is not a good person and I can no longer trust him. Especially because he knew how I had been saving for the PS5 for months, yet he allowed his friends to think that money came from somewhere else. After finishing the conversation, I asked, by the way, did you sleep with Jessica? He said no, but after they found Jake, she hinted they could sleep together if he ever needed to get revenge on me in the future. I asked what she meant by get revenge, and he said she was sure I would cheat on him with a wealthier man if I found one. Then he said that since he told me the truth after all these years, I should forgive him and give him another chance. But I didn't. I just thanked him for the good moments, the memories, and for shaming my name. I hung up and blocked him again. Now, I think I'll take another long break from dating. Thanks again to everyone.